Hello and welcome to the Granite Spotlight, a short, focused conversational series where I highlight entrepreneurs, coaches, and creators who are building meaningful work and choosing their lives intentionally. I'm Sean Bradbury, life coach, speaker, and founder of Grounded in Granite. Today, I am joined by Lavern Dennis. Lavern is a lifestyle transformational coach dedicated to helping individuals, especially boomers, improve their health in simple, sustainable ways. She guides clients in using whole food, primarily plant based nutrition, along with practical lifestyle habits to support the prevention and management of chronic conditions. Lavern's approach focuses on small, sustainable changes that restore energy, balance, and confidence without feeling overwhelmed or deprived, and also while still working with their healthcare providers. I am so happy that she's here with me today. So, Laverne, let's start with this. Could you please give us a brief history of your story and what led you to build what you're building today?
Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you for having me. My story started with horrible allergies and asthmatic attacks and from childhood. And after me doing many different things, me and my parents, that is, I got to the point that I was old enough to do the research and found out that what I thought was dairy was my challenge. And as I researched a little further, I found out that sugar was my nemesis. And so with that, I have, because sugar causes inflammation in the body, I have developed a passion to help people to pay attention to what they're eating because it is so very important to your health, to your overall wellness. And through that, I've learned and discovered how important the foundational nutrition and things like restorative sleep and supportive movement and definitely calming stress management, how these things play such a vital part in your health and well-being. And that is the foundation for my business.
Yeah, I love that so much, and I've seen Laverne speak and talk about this, and it's definitely worth a watch. She has a lot of knowledge and some great information. So, Laverne, who do you serve? I know we kind of talked about the boomers a little bit on the intro. Saying what problems do you help them solve?
Well, boomers, definitely boomers, but I've I don't want to just single it out to just boomers. I really speak to the um, the fifth decades and beyond, simply because some of them choose not to be referred to as boomers. So I'm gonna address them anyway because it's so very important. We don't want to wait until we become in our mid 60s and 70s to start taking care of our health. As a matter of fact, we should be taking care of our health from our younger age, but many times we're too busy getting into the lifestyle, the other things that we don't. So yes, fifth decade and beyond are my is my niche. And I really help them to, again, to pay attention to their diet, to be more mindful of what they're eating, what they're doing, and their movements, because you always want to have a strong foundation. If your strong foundation, and I'm talking about your physical health, your mental health, your um, your mindfulness, if that foundation is not strong, it can lead to some, it could take you down a path that you definitely don't want to go down. And it doesn't mean that it's going to prevent anything. However, because your foundation is strong, you can bounce back much quicker than others. And so my job is to help my clients to experience this so that they don't have to go down the path of that path, that forever illness that some people experience.
No, I love that. I love the strong foundation too. With a strong foundation, you can build that resilience, and to your point, you bounce back even faster, right?
Yes.
Um, and I've recently seen Laverne speak at a summit, and she gave incredible information. So please, I truly want you guys to reach out and see the work that she's done. So lastly, Laverne, where can people find you, and what are you currently focused on?
People can find me at yourturningpointinwellness.com. I chose that title simply because it was my turning point that got me there. And what am I focusing on? Well, after I did the last summit, I realized that more and more people need to pay attention to the sugar. That sugar is that sugar causes so many challenges in our life. And so I've had a longevity lifestyle reset program, but I'm leading them from that sugar shift, I call it, is my sugar shift program, into the longevity lifestyle program, whereby they can continue to experience health and vitality and not have to be so caught up on medication and diet. This is not a diet. This is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle whereby you enjoy the things, you get to enjoy the things that you like. It is sustainable. And what better way to live? Because our health doesn't really have to be complicated, but I believe it should be intentional. And the one small shift that a person make in their day can become their turning point in wellness.
I love that, Laverne. First of all, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time and your insight in this.
You're welcome. And thank you for having me, Sean.
Not a problem. My pleasure, Laverne. So if this conversation resonated with you today, please feel free to reach out to Laverne and myself, especially if you're struggling with sugar and a lifestyle. I have a sweet tooth. I've listened to Laverne, her information. It's just amazing. So I highly recommend that you reach out to her. You can also leave a comment or question below. And once again, thank you for joining us today. A life you want is built one choice at a time. Take care.